Hi, something a bit new for me today. Been getting into double-edged shaving, wet shaving again. Always been a wet shaver, but even though you do it for years, you do it several times a week, shaving that is, you do miss out a lot of little things you could learn about it. And having followed a few guys on YouTube recently, people like Steve Harding, Australian chap, Nick Shaves and the Clean Shaver, I realise there's a lot more to the hobby as it can become. And you know, some of the things that you sort of find that you sort of suffer with your current kit, sort of sore skin, not getting the shave as close as you might like, those things don't need to be put up with. There's a million and one different products out there. So having been a user of Trumper's Rose soap for many years, faithfully, I thought one of the things I'd try out would be some different shaving soaps and creams. If you follow my channel, you'll see that I've picked up a few different razors as well, having used a Mercure Future, or Future, whatever it's called, for many years. I've tried out a few different things. So one of the things I've picked up is this shaving cream from Executive Shaving. Now, it's a UK company. This is made especially for them, and they're based up in Glasgow, I think. This is really nice. It's described as being subtly scented with rosemary, eucalyptus, bergamot, juniper and pine needle. I didn't know what bergamot was, to be honest. I'd never heard of it before, but as far as I'm aware, it is a citrus fruit. So this is a very nice scent, certainly in the tub. It's sort of a gentle scent, but it comes through nicely. As you lather it up, it isn't nearly as strong, but once it's been applied to your face, you've shaved, it does leave a very subtle scent on your skin afterwards. To describe the scent, I'd say that the citrus and eucalyptus give a very fresh smell. The pine needles come through, and I think the rosemary does as well. So that gives us sort of a woodlandy sort of smell, but also an outdoors smell, sort of an English garden, if you will. So the overall sort of feel to it is a sort of fresh, outdoorsy. It's really quite hard to describe these things, isn't it? But it is very nice. What I'd also say is the eucalyptus does have a very nice cooling tingle on the face as well, I think. So overall, very, very pleasant. As a cream, and I'll show you, bring it up into a lather in a minute, it is a smooth cream, very similar consistency to the Old Bond Street creams. This one I'll do a review of at some point, but it certainly compares very favourably to this. And what I've noticed about the creams is that it does remove one of the variables, so you don't need to worry about getting your brush loaded up with cream, or soap rather. You don't need to worry about how much you've got on there. You can sort of measure it out by the fingerful, if you will. So it takes out one of the variables. It also speeds things up. On the negative side, if you like using the bloom water, if you like soaking your soap and then using the water from that just to give your sort of face a little bit of lubrication to help things glide nicely, you don't have that opportunity entirely, but there is a way around that, which I'll show you in a minute. And also, I'm not quite sure if this will last as long as a sort of similarly sized puck of soap, but that will come with time. In terms of longevity, that also brings us on to cost. This is what I'd say is it was on a low to medium price band. It's £13 is the RRP on it, and that's 150 millilitres, I guess 150 grams equivalent really. But at the moment they've got it on sale for £11, so I'll put a link below. So I'd say it was a reasonably priced soap. Obviously you can get cheaper, but this is sort of relatively boutique, if you will. It's made especially for these guys. Nice scent, a lot of thought gone into it, all natural, so I don't know, I think it's a good price really. Okay, so let's get a bit onto the brush and we'll look at how it lathers. You can also tell me if I can improve my technique. So over here we've just got a a Smogue boar bristle soaking. Normally this would be sat in the sink, but we're not in the bathroom at the moment. So that's soaked in some hot water, and it's carrying a little bit of moisture in there. Got my faithful shave cup, just a large mug, chipped old Homer Simpson. Really need to improve that. Maybe that'll be my next purchase, but it does perfectly fine. It's got a nice wide mouth, so there's no problem. Now I'd say in terms of loading the brush, I would say you're talking a fingerful, maybe a finger and a half, so let's take a bit more. Rub that into the bristles. I've tried putting it in the bowl first, but I find it harder to get on my fingers that way. Now if there's any on your fingers, you might want to put a little bit of water on it and then rub that around your face, just to get that sort of bloom water feel, that little bit of pre-lubrication on there. Put the lid on. I'll just put a few drips of water into the bowl there, and we'll get it going. My feelings are typically that the shaving creams, not only do you save time in terms of loading the brush initially, but I think you get it up to a lather much quicker as well. There's not quite so much work to go into it. So that's coming up quite nice and quick. Anyone can tell me anything to improve my technique, please feel free. As you say, I've been doing wet shaving for a decade, but there's always lots to learn. You can see less than a minute, probably 30 seconds I've said now. It's coming up into a good stiff lather, nice fine sort of bubble structure, and I'd say that was definitely enough to get the first shave on the face there, and there's no big problems sort of keeping that going for 2 or 3 passes, and in fact I'd say it sort of has greater longevity on the sort of during the shaving process than some other soaps I've used. So yeah, it's really good, comes up in a good lather pretty quick. So yeah, so this is my first review of a shaving soap. I'll go through some more and sort of take you on my journey. As I say, lots to learn always, and if there's anything you see me doing which you think I'm getting wrong, let me know. Okay, well I hope that's useful. If you'd like to join me on my shaving journey, as I say, there's going to be a review of this coming up shortly, plus I'll pick up a few more along the way, I'm sure. And yeah, please like this video, subscribe to my channel if you'd like to join me on my journey, and if you like anything else, like everyday carry kits of knives, pocket knives, that sort of thing, fountain pens, denim, good footwear, have a look at my channel. I think we might share some common interests, and I hope that's useful. Okay, thank you very much. Bye bye.